Good morning, folks. This is Encounters, the morning edition. Yes, we're on this morning. If you missed last night show that we did with Shy, our DoD contact, that show, excuse me, that show is on my YouTube channel right now. So on Ashtar Command Spaceship News or Ashtar Command Spaceship News on YouTube, you will see the latest show from last night. For those that were not on last night, with our DoD contact with disclosure information, top secret information. Again, new information has been disclosed once again, and you'll see it on last night's show recorded and on YouTube. I haven't posted it on Facebook yet, but I will. Good to see you, God's Roth. Everybody, good morning. Good morning, Johnny Miller. Good morning, everybody coming in here this morning, wherever you are. It says I only have one person watching this. That's not true. There's more than one person in here. What's going on, TikTok? Get the technology corrected. Now it's saying it's 11. As soon as I said get it corrected, it corrected it. We have 11 people on here now. I think there was a slight delay in its technology. Cool player, welcome to the show. We'll be on here till 10. We're doing a 1-hour show this morning. So I'll be on here till 10 a.m. Eastern. John, welcome to Encounters. I'm CmdrAleon, your host. Dread H, welcome to the show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Cool player, good morning. I'm the man from Mars, working with the Ashtar Galactic Command of Positive Extraterrestrial Beings of Light. I'm also a talk show host on WESU NPR Pacifica Radio for over 20 years, doing a show called Ashtar Command Radio, The Cosmic Eye. And I'm also the host of Encounters, the #1 talk show on social media. Blessings, Johnny. I'm doing well. We're getting a little bit of allergy weather here this time of year in New England, so I'm going to take some allergy pills and some honey and just knock the allergies out. But that's normal for the time of year in New England if you live up this way. So we have things happening. Blue, welcome to our show. All the people coming in here, please share and like. And gifting is also welcome too. We also encourage people to gift for the work we're doing and the mission we're doing for the people of this planet and this talk show. Pool player, thanks for the follow. Everybody follow, everybody. Fang, welcome Fang. We like to acknowledge people when they come in our talk show here usually in the evening we're on, but we're trying to do some morning stuff. So we are trying to get there. Marinette, thank you. Marinette is one of our moderators. And unless there's something going on with TikTok, because we only have 13 people on here this morning on a Monday morning. Wow. Normally we have a lot more than that. But we're getting up there. We have 1,500 likes. Let's get it amped up, folks. 13. We'll get up there. I think I need to invite some people. I'm just going to invite people and see what happens here. I'm on the U level here. So I figure I can show you my recent footage. Oh, yeah, we'll definitely put you on, my friend. Let's see.
Thank you, Commander. Thank you.
It's good to see you, brother.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for having me up here. My God, this is amazing. Thank you.
It's been a long time. You were on here when I first started.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching you trying to keep up with everybody and just learning and living and sharing this light. this energy, this frequency, this dimensions, this reality, talking, meditating, grounding with the earth, lighting candles, saying prayers, speaking to the winds, standing together, like joining the earth, holding hands, raising chalices on the moon. Like right now, I feel like we stand on the moon right now. We created a sacred
Yeah.
circle on the moon. Yes, and we don't
And
take
you know
over the
what?
moon, but you know.
You know what? Speaking of the moon, did you know that we had our DoD contact on last night? We have 4 bases on the moon. Not with
Wow.
NASA. NASA has nothing to do with it. This
Right.
is all top secret stuff. We have
Right.
4 bases on the moon, 3 of which are occupied, and there's one that's not yet occupied. How
Right.
about that for news? You know, NASA is a joke because they act as if they want to go there and they want to do this and do that. We're already there. We have
Right.
another group that's already there. Isn't that kind of cool? I mean, it's
Right.
amazing.
Right. Right.
Look at
Right.
that, man. You got some new stuff coming up here on the Orbs.
Yeah. These are the orbs that I already captured, right? So these are the files that only 400 pictures, but I take pictures every day. I got pictures that I took from last night, and it was all
Yeah.
coincidence. I learned from coincidence. These are my pictures from last night. I took some pictures with orbs, or yesterday morning.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah, and I haven't got pictures like these for a while. It's been a long time. I took about 12 to maybe 30 pictures, and you can go between them and see the different pictures, how they're moving and stuff in the pictures, right? I
Mm.
felt this before it happened. I felt I knew when the moment was because I could feel it like in my soul. Like I felt the night before that I need to go to bed early, and I've been in
Yeah.
tune with something with time, something with like they have an aspect of time that they're able to communicate to us, and you just have to recognize it when it happens, right?
Mm. And
So
for
so
people that don't know who are just watching this for the first time, tell them who you are because you're an amazing person, and you really are one of the key people that knows a lot about orbs. I mean, you really are. So why don't you let people know a little bit about your background?
yeah, I don't want to get too caught up because I want to show you the video that I
Okay.
recorded recently. So
Okay.
the real quick background check. In my early 20s, I started astral projecting. I left college to study astral projection. I left college to learn how to leave my body and wake up consciously on the astral plane. As I proceeded to do that and it started happening, I started making contact with extraterrestrials or UFOs. I'd be flying around in the astral projection and out in the sky
Mm.
and see a UFO. And then I go right through the hole because of a book that been teaching me how to leave the body. This book is called
Yeah.
The Psychic Explorer. I'm gonna post it up real quick. You guys take a screenshot and
Yeah.
get the publicist working because he gonna contact me again and be like, what
Hmm.
is going on? 44 people
What's
here.
going on here? What are you
Yeah,
doing?
yeah, yeah.
I have to print
And,
out more books because of you.
yeah, this book explains how this man learned how to leave his body, right? And then he
Hmm.
made contact with extraterrestrial beings who he realized that was him. He realized he was one of them. And they
Yeah.
confused with him. He went through the craft and was in a physical astral body and merged with these beings that were all blonde hair. I guess they look like aliens, like grays, but with blonde hair, I think, and with rainbow banded suits. And one of them came forward to him that was female. She lifted her hands up and he did the same thing quite naturally, and they joined their foreheads and touched hands, and he was globally impressed. He was globally impressed that and number one, he's one of them, and what they are and what they do and how they evolved and all the lands they come from and all the ancestries of them, and that they actually are on about 25,000 planets at this time, and they come here to help jump up the planet so that they can move on after that planet to other systems and unite these systems of galaxies together in consciousness.
So he connected with his star family is what he did.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. He did.
That's
Like
amazing.
really, honestly, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, it's really beautiful because then the way they communicate to him gives you an idea of how they communicate to you. So how they communicate through me, right, is that so when I've been doing this for a long time, these out of body experiences and merging with them, and then CE5 came about, and I started doing CE5. I have two recorded videos of a certain group of beings that come to me. So in this night I'm about to show, that same group, this was about 2 weeks ago. So this is what
Mm-hmm.
happened in this video I'm about to show. My same friends appeared, the ones I haven't seen for a while. They shine a bright light with 3 different modes. It's like a dim light, a medium light, and then a bright light. And I say thank you to
Wow.
them, and they shine a soft light, a soft, bright light back to me, almost feeling like the word thank you back to me when I know they're there. When I
Hmm.
look at them and I say, I see you, thank you, they shine that soft light right back to me, thank you. Like they
Wow.
see, right? So that someone said maybe the landing team. So in that same spot, they disappeared in this video. In that same spot, so my neck is hurting because I'm looking in that same spot on TikTok Live recording it. 2 shooting
Yeah.
stars appeared, one golden and one blue in that same area. Beautiful lights,
Wow.
just light, right? And then this chain of events, this chain of lights came at the end of the video. Now, the people are saying it's Starlink, but I'm just saying the coincidence, it doesn't add up. The coincidence doesn't add up when it comes to this video. So I'm going to show you the video right now.
Okay.
OMG, guys, we got a bunch of stuff in the sky right now. A bunch of stuff going on. Yo, share the live. Tap the screen, share the live. We got a bunch of stuff going on. What is that? What is that? What
I see a
is
little reflection
what?
of your phone there, but I see the light.
OMG. What is this? Oh, I gotta go get Mariah. So I ran in the house to get someone to witness this so that they could see this too. Because I didn't want to be the only one to see this. I don't know what it was. It was like lights in the sky traveling in a straight line. And I wanted her to see it too because it was just so crazy. Like no matter what it is, you never see that normally. So I brought her outside
Yeah.
again. Gee, look. Look straight up. Look at those lights. Those are all lights traveling in a straight line. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Marsha, look. Show Marsha. Show Marsha. Come back here. Hurry up. Show Marsha. They faded away right there. They faded away.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's
So you know what Starlink is, and you've seen Starlink, right?
no. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. How did you perceive this as not being Starlink? Because you were there watching it. So, I mean, it looks similar to Starlink.
Right. It looks similar to Starlink, but the coincidence, even if it was Starlink, the coincidence adds up perfectly because we had just made contact. So this is the 10-minute video right here. This is the 10-minute video where before any of that happened. This is the first group of beings right there. That flash of light
Yeah.
right there. Hold on,
Okay.
not that one. Hold on. Not this video. Hold on. That was the 3. There's a 3-minute video and a 10-minute video. This is the 10-minute video. So in the 10-minute video, before what you just saw, I was already out here and had these sightings and got excited because I was having contact in the sky from something other than that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you got something else going on before that happened.
Showing up.
Now that's a different light. That's by itself.
Yeah, this is a star, and this is a star right here, and they appeared
Okay.
over in that area. If I'll go back for a second, you can see it. There's a light that flashes soon over here in this area. This is a star right here, but there's a light that
Okay.
flashes in this area, and that's who I'm talking about. Thank you.
So the light that was flashing, was that separate from the other lights?
Yes. Thank you.
I see the flashing light. It's in the video there. I can see it.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the. I'm sorry about the.
Was that the
This
light?
light. I'm not in darkness. I can't. It doesn't show
Yeah.
the. It doesn't show what I want to. Hold on. I'm gonna go a little
Yeah,
bit
no.
further. Before I knew that happened, this is all happening before they appeared. So maybe you'll see them. I'll show you the star where I was focused on that star. They appeared in
Yeah.
this area over here, the first one.
Okay.
And those ones I've been in contact with for a while.
I saw you. Thank you.
Right there. Right there.
Okay. Is that the thing we're looking
Right
at, that
there, they
round
moved
part?
over here. They went from here
They moved
to
over here.
They went from right here to over there. That's a star for reference, right there.
That's a star, okay. But they're on the upper part of your screen. I can't really see them because of the reflection.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
There's too
I'm
much
sorry
reflection.
about the reflection.
Yeah. Do you have the ability to turn the light out?
Well, I could go in the house, but it's
If
I could
you
go in the house.
think you need to be in a no reflected area, we can see that.
I could show those beings on another video. And when I connected to them, here, I'll show you the video that when I first connected to them,
Okay.
you'll understand the frequency that they bring, because they brought that frequency again where they would just like flash in the sky at one point and then teleport
Yeah.
to another point and flash that same light right there, and that was like instant. I was like, thank you. It's been so long. Where you guys been? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I think I've been out here in the galactic night.
Well, good morning, everybody. Stargazer, welcome everybody to the show. And yes, you are, is my guest. He's been on many times in the past, and he connects with a lot of ET areas with orbs, and he is Ilara, not no blue beam, no, nothing like that.
But I'll show
Old
some
school
orbs.
says it's Starlink. Yes, you are says it's not Starlink. He has seen the Starlinks. So let me see. He's going to show us something here that he was trying to show us just a second ago.
Okay. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to get the Facebook to load, because that's where the video is that I want to show, and it keeps wanting me to go to settings here. And so I got already 127 or 28. Like, that's how much data. Like, look at the pictures. 192 gigs on this phone. The phone I'm holding right now is Max 2. Like, that's how much I take pictures of these orbs
Wow.
and bright light.
It'll be interesting to see the video, and we'll be seeing that hopefully in a minute or two.
All right. What I'll do is I'll go to I recorded it on my other TikTok account,
Mm-hmm.
so I'll try to go there and find it here. Like, these messages always, like, they keep coming, like, because of like so much.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know any ideas of what to do with all this data, like how it could offload it, like, and get it away so I could start from something clear.
Well, you can archive it, and then you just have to delete it in your caching area of your phone.
So you have to
There's a few things you'd have to do.
archive it in like a laptop or something.
Yeah, you can create an archive. There's archive apps. You can archive it, and then you can just clear that all up so you can do more.
Right.
Yeah, cloud. Yeah, old school's right. Cloud is a good one. If you use cloud, you can use cloud to archive your stuff. The cloud app. I have that on my phone here.
Yeah, I have that too, and I still pay. I pay $9.99 a month for two, like, and then like it says my iCloud is full. So do I have to offload that to like a hardware, like a laptop or a?
You might have to put your stuff onto a CD or something, maybe. Yeah. Andrew J, welcome to the show. Mario, thanks for the follow. Richard Matters, these planes are amazing. They break the law of physics. Thanks, Richard. Let's see here. Check out Aurora Project and Project Paperclip. Oh, okay. We'll take a look at that. And just for people that have not seen my show, last night we had our regular show, which we're on nightly. Our DoD contact, I'm Shy, was on. And if you want to watch that show from last night, my YouTube channel is Ashtar Command Spaceship News. Also, my Encounter channel too for my radio, for my TV show. You'll see her divulge top secret information from last night on the recorded show on YouTube. Just so you know, including a diamond-shaped UOP that was on the East Coast the other day, sending a message that was picked up by our military, an encoded message from an ET craft that was diamond-shaped. That was on last night's show. You can hear more about that when you go to my YouTube channel and watch the last night's show. It has been recorded.
Really? That's amazing. That just came to
Yeah,
me too. Like, someone had diamond shaped orbs or something in the
yeah.
sky that was diamond shaped. Was it his name
There's
Ken? Ken or Kin? Kin?
Well, these diamond-shaped craft, a few weeks ago, we were disclosed information by our contact with the DoD that they went over strategic military areas where there are military silos, missiles, and they shut down these sites. They were shutting them down. It was a group of, I think, 12 or 13 diamond-shaped craft. They were going 2.3 seconds per site, per military site. They were seen over Tokyo, Japan,
Wow.
2.3 seconds. New York, 2.3
Wow.
seconds.
That's
Russia, 2.3
beautiful.
seconds over
Oh,
military
that's so beautiful.
installations.
That's
This is all
amazing.
top secret information I'm sharing with you.
Yeah, yeah.
You won't find this on the internet. This is all top secret from our contact, who's become friends with us in the last couple of months, and she only comes on our show and gives us the information. A matter of fact, there's more people coming forward, two of them coming forward shortly that are people that are really high top secret clearance people in cosmic top secret, and there'll be more disclosure people coming forward. So yeah, keep focused on my show because we're going to be the ones that are going to give you that information,
Right.
and it'll be right here on TikTok.
Yeah, I'm just showing orbs. I can't really show the video because maybe at nighttime it would be a better time because it's just too much
Yeah,
light here. I couldn't even. I played the video and I couldn't see the light, so I just stopped it.
yeah. No, we can do it when I'm on tonight, even if you come on, and you can have no glare. We'd like you to show the video for sure.
Yeah, but these orbs, you can obviously see these orbs, and in this picture, I'm holding a crop circle of a picture
Yeah,
of that crop circle, and
yeah,
that's the energy of these orbs is connected to these beings that are the ones who create crop circles, or it's that same technology or that
yeah,
aspect of with cropping circles.
yeah. The crop
Yeah,
circles.
yeah.
Captain Apostle Paul, welcome to the show.
So these are just all my pictures, some of my pictures with different cameras. Like this is an
Yeah,
old camera right here. See this camera? This was the first time I ever took a picture with my friends before I started taking pictures with Orbs. This was with her camera before I bought my own camera. And I was just seeing if
wow.
I can get them. And I was like, whoa, I can
Yeah.
get them on her camera. Let me buy my own digital camera. And I took a picture of myself. And that first picture, when I asked, are you here with me with my own digital camera, is this picture right here. And they appeared right there over the altar.
Oh, yeah, I see that. I think this is an interesting question to ask you. Well, hello, Captain. How old were you when this started happening? That I think is fascinating. You really are connected so many ways. How did it start? How did this all start? Did they make contact with you? How did it all
Yeah,
happen?
yeah, I made contact with them by learning out of body experiences. This happened about 25 years ago when I started learning
25 years
astral
ago.
projection. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing, folks.
Hi, everybody in the comments. So also, I have, if you want questions about astral projection and how to connect with extraterrestrial beings, there's so much more to do than just connect with extraterrestrial beings on the astral plane. But you could you could do that too.
And
And
when
so,
you when you talk about connecting on an astral plane, just for educational knowledge, we use different wordage, but you're
right,
really going out of your physical body
right,
into
that's
your
right,
Merkaba
that's
state
right,
and
that's
connecting
right.
with them on a higher
That's right.
frequency.
So correct me as you will. That's perfect because I need to be corrected because I get a little bit like astral projection and out of body experiences. They are the same thing, but they both lead to a different place. Out of body
Right.
experiences, you're in the etherical physical plane. Astral
Yeah.
projection, you're in the astral plane, the fourth and
Right.
fifth dimension, the higher dimensions. Right.
Right. Right. That's perfect. And
This
we're
picture.
go ahead.
Okay, this picture right here. So when I discovered orbs were real and I started taking pictures of myself, I started going out in nature and seeing how they
Hmm.
would appear in nature. So the first time I did that, I went outside and took a picture of myself and there was nothing there. And then I took a
Hmm.
picture of the sky above me and there was thousands of orbs in that picture above me. So
Wow.
I put my camera down and I wondered how I could ask these guys to come into my picture. So what I did was I just created a sacred space like I'm doing right now. And then what I did was I create a circle of light around my body of peace, like a Merkaba, and allow them to come into my field to enter, to come to me. And this is the
Yeah.
first picture, and the next three pictures go like this.
Wow. Look at that. Look how many orbs are there. It's just incredible.
See how they increase?
So each one of those orbs, do they represent a extraterrestrial being that's in an orb?
Yeah, they could actually really represent that. They really could. But also anything non-physical that wants to say hi, anything in the light that wants to say hi, anything in the light of love that's around you, which is basically innumerable beings. We're littered. We're within the universe. So the universe is
Yeah,
littered with beings on multidimensional planes of existence that will attract to your love and light.
yeah. And you actually took the step to learn how to connect with them instead of waiting for something to happen. You made it happen,
Right,
essentially.
right,
Yeah, that's amazing. That really is. You know, and as you're watching all this is stuff you won't really see in the public eye on major media. You know, they don't want to talk about this stuff. Here we do. We want the people to know that there's things happening. There's people like right here that are seeing this and they're like saying, wow, you know, this is pretty amazing.
right,
You know,
right.
what's going on here.
And they're making themselves known very easily to me. So obviously, you guys have the same gifts. They're with you too.
Yeah.
This is just a key that we use to open up your reality of what you are. You are immaculate source of primordial creative love force. You are the bubbling fountain of creative energy. You are the Milky Way galaxy walking as a humanoid being with a head as the Milky Way galaxy. You are several light years tall and conscious of awareness.
Somebody's asking, do orbs communicate with you? That's Johnny Miller.
Yeah. Yeah, and the way when they first communicated with me, the first way they communicated with me was through this series of pictures I call confirmation. I said, if you're real, show me a sign. And I take these pictures, and this was an altar, and the orb would appear over the altar and that spot
Hmm.
right there. So
Wow.
the next day, I take a picture of myself in that same spot, and I take a picture posing with them, feeling them, and they appear over that same spot again, right there, just one. And then I
Well,
take a
just
picture
one.
the
Yeah.
next day, and then I take a picture the next day, and I start getting this rhythm of things I call confirmation. Pictures that I call confirmation, where I'm standing there posing with them, and I'm saying, "Are you
Yeah.
with me? Do you stand with me?" And they say, "We agree. We are with you." So these
Hmm.
pictures I'm showing right now are confirmation. This is a confirmation with another camera. I just felt it and took a picture,
Look
and I
how
was
big
playing
that orb
with
is,
my
though.
friend, and the orb is right there over that same spot, right? So that's how they communicate
How
to
big do
me.
you think the orb was right there in
Oh,
that
in
picture?
that picture,
Yeah.
maybe like a foot and a half, maybe
Foot and a
between.
half. That's,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. King, he's talking about orbs. Yeah. Welcome, King.
yeah. So these pictures are confirmations. I'm just
Hmm.
going. This is another confirmation. Well, there was a bunch of them. This was a bunch of them in my room, but there's not one there. But there's ones around me. It was a kind of like a global confirmation.
Oh, okay.
I just want. This was another confirmation. This was a very higher energy confirmation where I was very in tune with the source and feeling it, and turned myself into a pyramid, and then asked them, and then they showed me.
Is that a reflection of light near
Yeah, that's a
your
reflection.
shirt?
Yeah, don't worry
That's
about
a
that. Yeah,
reflection. Okay, I just want to make clear that's a reflection. All right. Yeah, some orbs are huge, Johnny. They are.
so
Have you
these
ever
are
seen an orbs? I don't know if you want to call them orbs. An type spaceship, like those big
not
circular,
yet, not yet. Only in my astral projections, but not in physical,
not
not
in
in
the
physical.
physical. Okay.
Yeah. So as they communicated to me, right? So when I started noticing that, I started noticing faces. I would zoom in on them and start to see faces. So this one, when I was in that phase of faces, my friend brought over his camera one day. He wanted to see if he could get orbs, which he did. So this is one of his camera, and each camera has a different energy. And this one
Yeah.
produced one of the greatest faces I think I've ever seen. And there's a
Huh.
wide of the eye right there. There's
Oh
an
yeah,
eye
you can
right
see the
there.
face
There's
in
an
there.
eye
Look at
right
the
there.
eyes.
And looking this way, and it's like a pointy nose,
Yeah.
like a
Yeah, you
pointy
see
nose.
the eyes. Yeah, I can see the eyes. Absolutely. There's no question about that. See, folks, you see the eyes in that picture and the face in the orb. It's right there. Well, let's keep it on there so people can look at it.
Okay.
That's wild. That's just so that face represented a extraterrestrial being.
Yeah, it could have probably represented that because my energy vibrates to elemental kingdoms, like elemental beings, elemental higher frequencies,
Mm-hmm.
extraterrestrials, other
Mm-hmm.
beings that are divine in the consciousness.
Hmm.
You know.
Interesting. Very clear. You can see the eyes. Without a question, the eyes are right there. The face is right
But
there.
what's funny about this picture too is it looks like a row of teeth. I don't know why they would put a row of teeth in there. It looked like a row of teeth right there, like right here to be.
Well, yeah. I mean, it could be that they're trying to give you different perceptions of reality, you know?
Now get this. Now get this. Take your face off of that, right? And I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna turn it 360, right? And then look for the face again.
Yeah, the face is there again, looking the other way.
Right. That's a strong face. Like usually other faces, I'll lose that face and turn into another face right here, like this being right
Huh.
here with his mouth right here. Like you could lose your perception of that face even though you're centered on it and take your mind off of it and create a new face from a different direction. Right?
Huh.
So somebody was asking about how I communicate with them. So now my confirmations right now are I'm living in a different area. So instead of an altar where I take pictures in my yard, and they appear
Yeah. Over
perfectly
in the backyard.
balanced.
Look at that one
They
there. That's
appear
huge.
perfectly balanced. You notice how it's
Wow.
perfectly balanced, right? I got to rhythm of realizing this is my confirmation. So the next couple of days, I take pictures in that same area, and they appear in that same spot, even down below it, perfectly balanced.
Wow. So that's a whole new perception of reality, folks. This is Encounters, the morning edition, where orbs. He has a lot. James has a lot of orbs appearing where he is, and he made the initial contact with them. He instigated the contact. He knew what he was doing. He did his meditation, and he made the contact. And he's got all these non-terrestrial beings in a circular orb appearing to him. I'm probably certain that if they wanted not to be in an orb, they can be in a physical form, but they're appearing to him in orb. He's got tons of orbs every day. Every night he has orbs all over his property, in his house probably too. It's a constant thing. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and just I've been just researching it and studying them and learning from them and taking pictures and learning how to see
How
them
do
in my pictures.
Yeah, Austin? This Austin is asking, how do you? He wants me to ask you how folks can protect themselves from the not so benevolent orbs. How does one do that? How do you
Yeah,
know the difference?
this is what I feel. I feel anything that shows itself in the light is of the light. Anything that shows
Yeah,
itself in the darkness that you don't see, that you feel within yourself, that's darkness. So what I do is I surround myself with love and light. I meditate and feel the energy of higher dimensions flowing
yeah,
through me. And when I radiate this energy, there's no dark energy anymore. There's no nightmares anymore. You radiate this
yeah,
energy in your dream space. You dream like a king.
yeah. That's amazing. Really amazing stuff this morning we're seeing. And this is Encounters. My guest is James. When I first came on TikTok, he was one of my first guests. He is definitely an expert in the field of ET orbs, and we're glad to have him on this morning.
So thank you, Commander. It's been a while. Thank you.
Hmm.
It's been a while. So
So he's saying a couple of things he does, and you can learn about this stuff. I know James has so many pictures. He's documented so many. Uh, he's a, Andrew's saying, how did you initiate contact?
right. So how I first the first contact I initiated was out of the body. I was accustomed to meeting different beings of different realities, of different ETs, from learning how to be out of the body and learning how to dream, the art of dreaming, waking up and having out of body experiences. So I've already became familiar for over 15 years before I went to a workshop with one of my favorite teachers, Barbara Hand Clow. And at that workshop, they took pictures and there was these balls of light. That was in Lilydale, New York, at a spiritualist community in Lilydale. I'm close to Lilydale. I live
Okay.
not too far from Lilydale. And I met one of my favorite authors and teachers there, and they took pictures. There was these balls of light. That was about 2014. And
2014. Okay.
yeah, and then That was after I've been astral projecting since 1995 and doing out of body experiences. So I've been doing
Wow.
accumulating this inner reality of knowledge and experiences with other
Right.
beings. And then I had this
Well,
workshop.
you're not so much, just to reiterate, you're not really astral projecting. You are physically leaving
Right,
the physical body intact and you're going into a Merkaba state to make
right,
contact. We call that
right.
the Merkaba.
Right. But to be honest, right, the first time I tried to leave my body consciously was the first time I astral projected. And ever
Hmm.
since that first experience, the days after that, I've only
Hmm.
had out of body experiences.
Okay. Well, yeah,
You
out of
understand?
body. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. When I astral projected, what I did was I laid down to try to have my first out of body experience. And when
Hmm.
I woke up conscious, floating in a realm of love and light, playing an invisible guitar that was the vibration of love. Every note
Hmm.
was a different feeling of love, and I was playing music to the name of love. And I experienced myself, and then I stopped playing the guitar. I was like, "What am I doing?" And watched
Yeah.
the love and the music float away from me, and then went into the whole. I wasn't myself. My body was a humanoid form, but made of this
Yeah.
light dimension. I was conscious
Hmm.
of a light being, being a light being, floating, playing music, and I could see the music when I stopped playing, floating away from me, and a wave, and it went into the light, and the light shimmered, and a wave of light came back to me, and I watched it get close to me as it touched me, and then all of a sudden I heard the perfect tones, like the bells that unlocked my soul. I heard
Wow.
my soul vibration. And
Wow. That's
all that love rose to this feeling of oneness. The light shifted, my body shifted from a golden light to a white light of oneness that existed darkness around this white light of oneness. And I remember in that state thinking pencils, pens, everything in your third dimensional reality, this is its source. Then I
you
woke
know,
up.
and we're looking at this picture for people that are wondering what this is. You're watching Encounters, the morning edition with your host, CmdrAleon, with the Ashtar Galactic Command, also host of the show here, host of our radio show on Sunday mornings, the Cosmic Eye Ashtar Command Radio, and also a contactee since the 60s with Positive Space People. And James was just showing us the picture of the orbs in front of his face. Those were actually orbs, not a reflection of light. So when you were looking at that picture of him standing up, that was the orbs in front of his face appearing. Good morning, Carly. Good morning, everybody else. Denise, good morning. Saying, I just want to acknowledge some of the people here. Alicia, good morning. Smoke, good morning. Everyone coming in here, good morning. So that's what we're talking about. We're getting into all these different ET orbs that are appearing, and he initiated the contact, which is, you can learn how to do this too, to discern and make contact with positive beings that utilize orbs to physically appear. If they want to appear out of the orb in a physical form, James, do they have the ability? These orbs that you see, could they appear as physically a body with intelligence?
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it if
You
there's
know,
some beings could, yeah.
Here this would be a great experiment for you, James. Could you one night try to see if you can get one of the orbs to come into full form? Say, I love you, I see you. Can you transfer into a full form as I am? And see
Yeah,
what happens. That'd be a great experiment.
yeah. Well, they like I said, like this is when I'm outside at night, I've been getting
Hmm.
confirmation almost every night. Like almost every night, I look up at the sky, and as soon as I feel my energy rise to them and create a channel of light out to the center, like they appear. And it might be just for a second. It might just be one quick blip right in your view, and I say thank you. So I feel that like I feel like I have to honor them in an aspect of way where I feel like they'll let themselves be known to me when they're ready.
Yeah,
You know.
when they're ready. Okay. So you're just going with the flow, and then when they're ready to say, okay, we'll show you our physical form, they'll switch over
Right.
because they
Right.
are unlimited. They can go into a physical
Right.
form, a non-physical
Right.
form. They're
Right.
so advanced spiritually, they can do that.
Right. And what they've been showing to me right now, as I go with this feeling of what you just spoke of, is they've been gradually showing themselves, like I said, every night, almost every night. And I look at the sky and I say, "Is it time? Can you come closer? You know, can you come over here?" Like I always feel like there's a clock that's ticking, like where is like the moment coming, you know?
So on the lights that we were talking about before, which I know what Starlink looks like. I have a C5 group here in New England, or Ashtar group, and we know everything to look for that's conventional or NASA or whatever. So you don't think those blinking lights earlier that we were looking at were like part of Starlink? You think they were something else?
Well, the thing
Did you
is,
feel that, or did you think it, or
yeah, that the way I felt it is like this. This is how I feel it. I feel like if it was Starlink, then I'm still blessed by the coincidence of what just
right?
happened. So what it does to me is make me think that maybe ETs have contacted or took over Starlink, or maybe I don't know what's what's we don't know what's really going on. You know what I mean? We don't know what's real unless we're riding on Starlink satellites ourselves and
Yeah,
got our phones in our hand, and then you could show a picture. Yo, this is Starlink. You
yeah.
know?
Like, and that's because it looks so much like Starlink. It could be, and maybe it is. Even if it is Starlink, you're getting a confirmation that it's being used as a confirmation that we're here, even though it might be Starlink. It still doesn't take away all the things you're experiencing with the orbs and everything. It's just
Right.
because that
Yeah.
is really, you want to talk about disclosure. Your disclosure right here with the ET orbs, that's disclosure. How many people can come home at night and say, I have ET orbs appearing all over my house, outside my house? There's, I don't think there's a lot of people that could actually say they're doing that.
Right.
And that's crucial, James. That's really kind of crucial in the work you're doing, because that's part of the whole process of disclosure on our planet. Is everybody here? I've always said this to be true. I'm CmdrAleon, your host. That everyone here is a part of the greater picture. Thank you for the roses, James. Everyone here is part of the greater
Welcome.
program of the picture. There's a galactic shift happening. And all you have to do is learn how to tap into it individually. And if you do, like James is doing, it might not be orbs. It might be the connection to the Palladians or the Arcturians that you're connected to. And if you are learning how to make that contact telepathically, protecting yourself. I always tell people, if you're going to try to make contact with the space people, make sure you're making contact with the right ones. So how do you do that? You use the Christed meditation. I use higher frequency music. I teach people to put a bubble of protection around their body, which is a Christed energy. And then when you're asking for your star people to appear, your star family, you say, if you're not connecting with Sananda, Jesus Christ, you're not able to connect with me. You're not allowed to connect with me at all. If you ask them, do they accept Sananda, which is the same thing as Jesus Christ on the cosmic level, if they say they accept Jesus Christ or Sananda, then when you get that response, you'll know. You'll get that feeling and the vibrational pattern of feeling from them. So it's really crucial for people to learn how to do this, because we're getting into a situation now where the planet is now amping up, and there's going to be contact on our planet pretty
That's
soon.
right. That's right.
So it's
That's
really
right.
important for people. James, you know this, and there's going to be stuff happening that you've never seen your whole life. There's going to be activity in
Right.
our skies that you can only imagine.
Guys,
You
I can
think
imagine.
having a sighting here or there is something, or seeing a bunch of orbs like James is connecting with. This is only the beginning of what's going to be happening. You know, James is on the forefront of connecting with the orbs that they create, these orbs, but they have the ability to create physical bodies too. That's how advanced their beings are. Um, and James knows that as well. So everyone needs to focus on learning how to do things here, because, you know, the space people can speak if they needed to, but they are telepathic. So you have to learn how to be telepathic back to them. When you first make your contact with them, whoever your star family is, it's going to be telepathic communications. So you need to learn how to do that. Telepathy is great. If you learn how to do it, you can always hear them and talk to them like you're on a telephone or whatever. It's just constant. You can turn it off. You can turn it back on,
And I tell you guys
depending on
right
what you're.
now. This book changed my life. It's written in 1988. This man had learned how to leave his body in and out serially. He learned how, I don't know how he did it, but he did it. He learned how he had one experience where he went in and out of his body in his bedroom 7 or 8 times, and each time he went to the window, it was a different
Mhm.
scenario. A different
Yeah,
scenario
see?
from a different time.
And I think one of it, Kristen, this book will help you learn how to make connections. The Psychic Explorer, V. Van Dam. So make a note of that. In terms of the telepathy and making contact with the star people that you're connected with, you want to learn how to meditate, or if you meditate, use higher dimensional music. You can find on the Alexa app or in YouTube. There's plenty of higher frequency music or Christ-centered energy music, and just go in within yourself. You have what they call a higher self. The higher self will actually guide you to connect with your star family. Every individual here has a higher self. How many people know what a higher self is? This is just a quiz. How many
Right.
people know they have a higher self? I always find the answers interesting here. Let's see how many people. How many people know they have a higher self or know what a higher self is? Not your brain, and we're not talking about the brain, your higher self. Okay, Letty. So higher self is, there's an inner being within your physical body. It's called the higher self. Some people call it the soul or the spirit, but it really is the higher self. And the higher self has no limitation. The higher self connects you with everything in the universe. Right. Your higher mind or God. So that's a good way of looking at it. So each of you can connect with your higher self as you learn to do this and focus and discipline yourself to do this. You can actually connect and ask, I wish to connect with my star family. I'm seeking my star connection to my cosmic family. Everybody has a cosmic family. Even if you don't even know who they are, you have a cosmic family. You just haven't connected with them yet. You see? Once you do that, you are telepathically communicating, they will reciprocate and communicate back with you as well. And also what James is talking about, can you show the cover of the book again, James, for just a moment?
Yeah.
Uh, that's a different book, but the book that you were talking about before. So the Psychic Explorer is the book where James learned how to communicate with the star people that he's connected with. He's connecting with so many galactic levels in orbs. It's pretty amazing. So you might want to get that book out. My teachings, I can teach people how to focus and discipline to connect with their star family. So I want people, after they're watching this show, when you have time at night, day, or whatever, thank you so much for the heart. I want people to practice connecting in the Christ consciousness, cosmically speaking, and ask your higher self that you wish to connect with your star family, and it will actually happen. And if everyone does it, it might happen in a day, a week, or 2 weeks. It will happen. Okay, so that's your homework from the Encounters TV show here. I'm a good teacher. When I do my workshops, I take people out of body, off planet, to a big ship, a golden ship of light, way beyond this physical reality. And people keep a journal in my workshops. They keep a journal. When they come back,
Yeah.
they write
Right.
everything down that they experienced. And that's
Yeah.
also some more orbs that James is showing you.
That's the same thing I do, Commander. I do group meditations for over 20 years. I work out
Yeah.
of a store where we go. I create a sacred space. We all hold hands. We sit down. I do a guided meditation. Normally, that guided meditation involves creating a vehicle and then traveling into the earth and giving thanks and then going out somewhere.
Yeah. And if you were in my workshop, James, it'd be kind of funny because the two energies with us together, but I take them on a ship as big as the earth. Now, if people can perceive the golden ship of light as big as the earth, it is as big as the earth. It's a living ship. So if you don't know what a living ship is, I'm going to explain that to people. We think of ships as being solid physical manifestations of technology. That's because we're living on earth, and that's what we know. This ship, as big as the earth, is a living sentient being. So if you can figure out how could a ship be a living sentient being? You have to think beyond your 3D concepts of reality. And if you
Right.
can go beyond that reality, you can understand. When you go on the journey, you will physically be there. A great doorway will open up on this
Right.
ship.
That's
Now,
right.
understand,
That's
this is
right.
as big as the
Oh
planet
my
Earth,
God. Yes.
as big as the Earth. You go into the ship, you're met with people from all over the higher frequencies of light, all the different planetary systems of spiritual light. All these people, some of them are in robes, some of them are in space outfits. And when you go in the workshop with me and do this, you will remember you're going to meet people from your star system. You're going to meet people from your specific cosmic family all the time. They come back, they keep a note of who they met, and I teach them to do this at home. I teach them once they go through leaving their body physically intact in the workshop, and they leave the body, they're going into a Merkaba state, and that's how they're traveling to the golden ship of light. When we get there to the golden ship of light, they're now welcomed by all kinds of dignitaries and people from other worlds, space people, people from other planetary systems, and they can go anywhere they want. There's big rooms, meditation rooms. There are mountains, waterways, animals, life, just as big as the planet Earth, a living ship. There is a control center, and there are people in a control center, but it's still a living sentient being, as is Earth. People say spaceship Earth. Well, Earth has the Agartha network, and there are people that are very advanced living within our Earth, below the ground level within the Earth itself, the hollow Earth, as you want to call it. But this particular journey I take people on is a golden ship of light as big
Right.
as the Earth. Okay? So if you can understand that, it's very, very interesting. Because he's showing all the orbs, I wanted to kind of integrate that information to you.
Yeah, yeah. I was just reading last night from the Psychic Explorer, this book right here, and I was reading at the end of this book. There are these things called channelings, and they are the most exquisite channels of hors of creation you can ever taste. And one of these channels is a being called Messages from the Stars, right? And
Hmm?
so what they communicate in this channel, I'm trying to show the Psychic Explorer, hold on. What they communicate in this channel is exactly what you said, that they have ships that are aware and conscious, just like the sun stars of creation.
Yeah, and James, we're bringing on two people. Vistel, good morning. We're going to be on here for about 10:15, 10:20. Good morning. How are you? How are you doing?
Hi, good morning. I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good. I was reading your comments. You saw something, a UFO the other night or the other day.
Yeah, I randomly woke up like pretty early. Decided to go out for a walk, and like honestly, the last like week or so, I was like, I haven't seen UFOs in a hot minute, and I was like, man, I really wish I could see one. And so I was just walking around, kind of in my neighborhood and stuff, like 5 a.m. And I looked over and I saw like four red lights in the sky. Um, They weren't moving, and I was like, wait, so there's no mountains over there, like you know how they'll have the um I guess little stands to put the lights on so the planes don't crash into it. So it kind of
Yeah.
looked like that. Um but
You want to put your? Can you come on camera? Or are you okay with going on camera?
I'm kind of nervous about it, I don't like to.
Oh, don't be nervous. It's all cool. This is a
Okay.
good place to be. I want people to come out of the closet and be who they are. We
Yeah.
we honor everybody. Just so you know.
Oh, okay. All
See,
right.
James is on camera. My
I don't know
orb,
how to
my
look right
orb
now.
friend.
Blue.
You
Yeah.
just gotta
So,
press the camera button. It'll put you on live.
okay.
There
Hi.
you go. And there's okay. Good morning, also
Good
Medell. Good
morning.
morning.
I'm a little
And
tired
so
right
you
now.
can.
So.
Oh, don't smoke the cigarette on the thing.
Oh my
No,
God.
because TikTok doesn't like that,
Gotcha.
and that could
No
be the
worries.
end of my world.
I got you. I got
Uh,
you.
go ahead. So what?
But
So tell us your story.
yeah, so I just saw these lights out there and I went to go check them out and everything. So I went to kind of went around the corner. Some trees were blocking the other UFOs, like the other three that were next to it. And
Hmm.
so I went to take a picture of one of them that was still there, it was just bright red and it wasn't
Yeah.
flashing or anything. So I went to
Hmm.
go take a picture of it and it showed up on camera as white. So I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, well, never mind. I guess I'm not taking a picture, you know?
Right. Did you
Yeah.
feel, what did you feel when you were seeing them? Like I always ask people when they have a sighting on my
Mhm.
show, did you have a feeling they were watching you? Like did they appeared? Because you said you wanted to see something. And
Yeah.
just remember, you said that, right? You
Yeah.
go out and there they are.
Yeah. Right. So I felt like it was like almost prophetic that it was like some sort of sign that like changes are coming, like good changes. That was the kind of vibe that I got. Like there's a
Hmm.
massive shift happening and we're right in the middle of it.
Yeah, we
Um,
are. Did
yeah.
you get
So
any feeling of communications telepathically looking at them? Did you feel like you were getting, it feels to me like you were getting something from them.
I mean, I didn't get any telepathic communication.
Okay.
It's just a feeling of awe to me that like these things
Hmm.
are basically gods,
Well, they're
with
not
their
gods. They're
abilities.
basically our star family. They're not, they don't want to be
Yeah.
perceived as gods. They're basically
Uh-huh.
coming back as we're connected with them. They're just
Yeah.
like us.
What,
No
what
different.
it
They've
is
just been
too,
around a lot longer to
what it
advance
is
their
too, right?
consciousness.
When we're
Right.
around them, when we're in their vicinity, right? There's a
Uh-huh.
certain like frequency that they give off that's not their fault. They're like millions
Yeah.
and millions of years so advanced that
Yeah.
it brings you to the light of your own source. So we
Mm.
radiate that light from your source with them. We
Yeah.
are the same source. Even though they're millions and millions of years advanced, you are a million, you are the source too. You're that source.
Right.
So we radiate that source to them and they
Right.
find it very funny.
Yeah.
And also we have Model here in our collective thing. We're very inclusive here, and we have Estelle here. So we want everyone to get to be friendly and know each other. Model's been
Yeah.
on before, and I think she's got some stuff to share. She popped right on the screen, and I
Yeah.
had nothing to do with that part. It was like, what's going on here? I thought I'm controlling the thing, but I guess the
Huh.
ET said, okay, here she is.
That's
And
funny.
Medell, and what's happening out your way? I know you talked before. Anything new that you want to share?
Um, just that this month is gonna be very good.
Hmm. Yeah, it feels like it, doesn't it?
That too. That too.
Yeah, so we're gonna have some nice surprises to come this month. Since the 23rd, they've been here on the daily. I've got physical interactions with them on this week. For who doesn't for who doesn't haven't seen me before, like who haven't seen me before,
Right.
I'm in a hybrid body, but
Yeah.
I got the knowledge that I'm actually in an avatar. I'm broadcasting my conscious here. I'm
Right.
not reincarnated.
Right.
So I go through body updates often to
Yeah.
deal with interdimensionality, and that's what they are um, introducing to humanity right now. Because what is going on? That's my knowledge on the what is going on. So what is going on? We're going through the opening to the public about this interdimensional contacting with not only necessarily extraterrestrials,
Hmm.
but that's something that they are um, not forcing, because they've been waiting for a
Yeah.
long
They're not.
time.
They're not forcing
But
anything, but it's time, right?
no, no, but there is a limit date as far as human conscious for
Hmm.
evolution and ascension that we need to meet.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what they are going to be bringing forward, pretty
Hmm.
much in a more, let's say, like larger scale,
Yeah.
not just
Julie,
for.
just not to interrupt, but Julie's asking when. So I can integrate that answer with everybody in our live, all our guests. Our contact in the DoD, and I knew this from last year. I was getting very strong information. For people that know, I'm a telepathic communicator. I don't channel anything. I don't read websites. I never have. I don't care about people's opinions on websites, viewpoints, or whatever. And the reason why, they've told me day one when I came here as a contactee in the 60s. Actually, when I was born, I had no idea that I was, a contactee or I was from another planet. But when I became old enough, I spurted out I was from Mars originally, and I am. I come out of the closet. I'm now pushing on my show people to come out of the closet, not be afraid. It's time for people to speak their truth. You've had the women's rights movement around the world. You've had gay liberation movements around the world. It's time for starseeds to not be afraid and hold in who they are, because by doing that, you're never going to be happy, because you can't be happy if you have to hold in who you truly are, right? I want people to be bold. I don't care what people think. When you watch this show, I can care less what trolls think. We have moderators on here. We kick them right out. I'm who I am. You are who you are. Be who you are. Don't be afraid or try to be who you are. I want to empower you. I'm not egotistical. I'm here to do my mission work, which is to bust the matrix. And to do that, everybody has to take control of their cosmic being. You all have a cosmic spirit. Connect with it. Be who you are. Now, you know who you are. You may be saying, well, I'm not sure I want to express who I am. Be that person. Express who you are, because you'll never be happy with yourself if you don't. You'll be saying to yourself, I feel very lonely. Well, you don't have to be, because there's a whole wide world of people that are starseeds all over the planet now coming. George Norrie, who does Coast to Coast, he had an interview with somebody who's a starseed a while back on his show. That told me right then and there, it's time for starseeds to say who they are. Everyone needs to be open. Everyone needs to be who they are. I love people so much that I don't care about busting the matrix. I mean, I care about busting the matrix, but I care about people not saying who they are, just keeping it to themselves. Why would you keep to yourself who you are? Sure, we're all human beings, but besides that, we're also come from other star systems. We're all starseed. We weren't seeded here. Some people were. When I say the word starseed, I define it as you're coming from another planet into a human form with a human biological family. You are a starseed here for a purpose. Don't hide your purpose. Don't hide who you are. Be who you are now. And if you do that, like Medell, she's being who she is. If we all are to be that person to make contact, and this goes with what is being asked, when is contact happening? My contact in the Department of Defense, I'm shy, correlated a few months ago with me about contact in 2027. And 2027 is the year when there's going to be beginnings of physical contact with our star family. It's not a channeled message. It's not a fluffy message. I don't deal with any of that stuff. If I provide information to people on the show, it's got to be accurate. My information came from my contact, Kadar Manka, and like I said, I am in telepathic communications. We don't do any channeling. He told me, he confirmed it. The Ashtar Command, the Galactic Command, which I represent, they are already here. They've been here for billions of years, watching our planet, interacting. They're coming for this generation of society, of this human population. There are going to be many galactic star beings coming here. And you'll see more spaceships, what you call UAPs or UFOs. They're coming here. And that's why I'm so focused on getting people prepared to learn how to meditate, connect with your higher self, connect with your star family. Each one of you, Vistel, Medell, yes, you are. James, he's connecting with the ET orbs. They're showing him, and he made the initial contact. All of you have that ability. It's just a matter of taking time in this crazy world we live in and giving yourself time to sit quietly, maybe in a tree, maybe at a lake, maybe at a river, at a beach, or wherever you feel comfortable, and asking the Christed beings of light to connect with you, your star family. And if you do that more in your meditations, you'll be able to all do that. Everybody here. No one's exclusive. There's no one special person. I'm not a special person. I'm just fully a cosmic book that's here to share my knowledge on my radio show for 20 years on NPR radio. And here, I'm way out of the closet. I don't care what anyone says. If you watch me enough, you'll have that confidence too, because once people have that confidence, the whole world changes in your reality, the things around you. Whether you have people that say, ha ha ha, you're my cousin, I don't, I can't believe anything. You just got to brush it off and say, if you only knew what I knew, if you only knew the things that I know. No, those people that are like laughing about it, they're a minority. They're not going to be left behind or anything, but they're in their consciousness living in a 3D world that they're stuck in because that's what they believe. But in truth, all of you here are not stuck. Like Christelle, you were just sharing your story, which is beautiful. I think if you focus on those craft again in meditation, you'll get to make contact with them. You're supposed to. You went out. They made contact with you visually because you said that. So you're
Yeah.
connected with some sort of space group. You need to meditate on that. Take time to do that. I think you're going to have some wonderful experiences if you're willing to do
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I will definitely take more time to meditate on it. I know
Yeah.
that I am a Syrian
See?
starseed.
See, you just said it. See, doesn't it feel
Yeah.
better now you expressed it?
Yeah.
So empower yourself now. Feel good about saying when you come on here again, I'm a Syrian starseed. I'm from the Syrian
Mhm.
star system. I am a Syrian. I am human, but I'm a Syrian. And if people
Yeah.
come out of the closet on my show and say things like this, you'll be empowered. Don't you feel more empowered now that you said it?
Yeah.
A
No,
little bit?
definitely.
See? There you go.
Uh-huh. Had some
That's my
crazy
mission.
experiences,
Thank you.
and can't really discount what you've
Thank
seen
you.
and what you know deep down.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's
That's right. I love it.
Thank
This
you,
is exactly
Commander.
why I'm a teacher. I
Thank
teach
you.
people in
definitely
workshops to be who they are, So
good.
I appreciate you doing that. We're coming up to
Well,
about
likewise.
10:15. I'm going to be on tonight, so folks, don't miss me on my normal show, late night at 11 o'clock, and the late night show of Encounters. Estelle, thank you for coming out of the closet. Medell, good to have you with
You're
us.
welcome.
James, thanks for coming here.
Thank you.
Brother, good to have you with us. James is our expert in ET orb areas, and he's connected with his star family. I'm CmdrAleon. Please gift and like before we sign off our show for the morning. We'd like to always get donations of gifts. Become a subscriber. You can become a subscriber on my TikTok. I have 25 or 100. So I'd like to get enough people to do some gifting here. You have your TikTok gifting area. Please send a gift. And if you don't have the ability to do gifting, that's all right too. Estelle, thank you for the roses. We appreciate it. Thank
Yeah,
you
you're
for
welcome. Thank you for
everybody
the
here.
platform and being who you are. I appreciate it. All the work
Oh,
you do.
well, I'm glad you came on camera, and now you have the confidence to do and be who you are. So that's a beautiful thing. Again, everyone, Johnny, thank you for being here. Andrew, everybody. If anyone, I always like to get a galaxy out here. So if somebody has a galaxy and you have enough TikTok, it's called TikTok coins.
Yeah.
Maybe use the coins for a good cause and gift us with a galaxy on the screen. I know
Right.
there's somebody holding back here. I like to
That's
have
right.
fun with the gifting things at the
That's
end of the
right. Me
show.
too.
So
Me
we'll see
too.
who's going to be the one to do that. We'll see right now who's going to
Oh,
do a
feel that?
galaxy.
Oh,
And if no
y'all
one
got
does
to
a
feel that,
galaxy,
man.
that's cool too.
One
Oh
thing
yeah.
I would like to add to the commander,
Yeah, go
what he
ahead.
was saying, is that one of the things that they want to emphasize, especially for now on, is everybody try to start this idea of concept of getting in contact with those star beings and interdimensional beings with a clean slate, because humanity has been programmed for too long into like a perception that is not a real perception of what things are and who they are. So for who is new and is trying to create some sort of bridge or contacting with them, for you guys to even how they look like, forget about it. Just start everything with a clean slate, because when you have a preconceived perception, you try to anticipate things, and that will trigger fear, that will trigger judgment,
Mm-hmm.
and they are so benevolent, so loving, that even if they feel that you have a little bit of tiny fear, they're not gonna approach.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
You
Absolutely.
know, they're
Right.
not gonna approach. So the beings I've having contact, physical contact with, they're insectoids. They are from the avian family, and there is other humanoid beings as well that I do not have the race, the name, because the way we connect is energy. Like we
Now,
don't have
when you
names.
say when you say humanoid, they're human like us, but they're spiritually more advanced. Correct?
They have a head, they have two arms, they are bipedal, they have the human, let's say, model, like of physical,
Right.
but their features are different.
Different. Okay.
Right.
And they
Yeah.
come from a very high frequency. Would you say they're high frequency,
Yeah,
vibrational frequency?
because Yeah, because like I said, I've been years having this kind of experiences like since I'm little. So like for me to notice them around, you have to feel like you have to have the senses, and they will not most of the times materialize like we are here because they are high frequency.
Yeah.
You see the fuzzy, like where they are. You can see like I can see the lines, the eyes, the even the details on their little suit, that because they wear a suit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Suits. Yeah.
yeah, but sometimes I go up craft. But when I go up craft is to have some body work done to adjust to the frequencies of the things I'm learning with them, which is
Yeah.
like the actual goal for humans is to actually integrate with the interdimensional nature of this plane, because even on a 3D 4D
Yeah.
reality, there is a possibility and for you to access interdimensionality, because there are other races of beings, especially here on Earth, that
Oh
are
yeah.
three-dimensional, that they access interdimensionality.
And I
But
want to hold you for a
again,
minute. But I want to hold you for a
uh-huh.
minute. So I want to introduce my friend Zilla up in Maine, and he is a contactee of the positive kind and a friend up that way, and he has a lot of stuff going on. And you have some before we go off the air at 10:30. I want to get Zilla in here. Can you tell us what's happening up there, man?
Oh,
I would say
good morning. Good to see you. I've been super busy. I just got a new puppy and pack dynamics changing, but everything's smoothed out now. So last night, since like the sun went down, I had it was there was like a fleet here. Like when they're just chilling up above my house, it looks like a reddish yellow star, but a bunch of them. You know, and like I can see the Milky Way because I'm in the country. I got some really good footage last night. I actually had the local town police here recording video with me,
Nice, nice.
because they didn't even know, like they weren't even aware, and
Man.
yeah, so like they sit across the street from my house to catch speeders, and I
Yeah,
was like, you guys haven't seen this, you know?
this is more interesting than catching speeders.
That's a
So I figured we'll
yeah.
come over here and check this
That's a
out.
good way to introduce our contact to them so that we can organize the police
So
and have them
you
for
got
our
so you have
CD5.
video footage? Can you send me a copy of that?
I did. I tagged you in them. I'll send you some original, like some stuff I didn't post. So
Okay, well,
you
that'd be
know,
great with the date
I
and
don't
stuff.
I,
I'll put
I don't know what happened with the C5 if you guys did it, but I was so busy
last night.
I couldn't. Yeah.
We had some weird stuff on my Ash Turkman spaceship news page here on my profile. You go not my profile, yeah. If you go there, you'll see a bunch of where I have the UFO videos I posted. One of our C5 people took a picture. You all have to look at it. She was taking a picture. We were live on Encounters Saturday night in the field at the apple orchard. It was overcast. It was supposed to be clearing up. A little bit of the moon came out. And I wasn't paying attention to. I was trying to look for other stuff. and one of our members took a picture, and in the picture, a beam of light either was going down or going up right below the moon. You couldn't get any weirder than that. She's got a little tiny moon picture, but there's this beam going straight down, and you got to look at it. It's going to
That's
blow
awesome.
everybody away. And I tell everybody here, all 65 of you, look at that picture, share it with everybody. You can't make that stuff up. It was just, that was part of a really interesting C5. We had overcast skies. We did see a circular thing around us at the beginning in the clouds, like a form, and it looked like it was a spaceship that was translucent, just kind of a little bit showing itself, and a few minutes later it was gone. And then about an hour or two later, one of the people in our group took a picture, and this beam is in the picture. It's perfect, radiated energy coming out of the beam. You can see it. It's just, I've never seen anything like that in my life. It was unbelievable.
That's awesome. So I'm going to send you like a 30-second clip. Oops, sorry, I dropped you. So last night I had I know you've seen the video of the rainbow Merkaba that comes in and visits me. Well, it came again last night, and
Oops. Uh-oh.
hold on. Here I am. So last night the rainbow Merkaba came, and it was off in the trees. I saw it around like 3 o'clock. I started communicating telepathically. I called it in, and it came up like right up to my tree line, and then I could see the brightest light coming through the trees. So that thing came from the south, and it was heading north.
Wow.
And then around 4, I saw the golden Merkaba, like plasma ship. I could just see its light beaming through the trees. So I wanted to go, and it was brighter than I've ever seen it. So I walked maybe an eighth of a mile down the street so I could get some footage of it. So I recorded maybe like a 5-minute video. I walked back home, and I was recording the rainbow Merkaba because it was like sitting right over my property.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, that thing's like right over my tree line, like, and it's sitting there too. And they were there till dawn, but I'd say there was at least 20 craft just like buzzing around my property last night. I saw a green, it looked like a green meteor just shoot across the sky. It was like smoking.
Yep, I saw a green
what
meteor
about
and
the
golden
police,
one on the
local
sky.
police, when they came over to where you were? What were you guys looking at that point with the police?
I was showing them the rainbow Merkaba, and like the obvious stuff, like, because they're always there. And I know if you're looking up, you know that we don't have that many red stars in the sky.
Right.
So if you look up and you see a bunch of red stars, because they'll just sit there stationary, and one will randomly move here and there.
Yeah.
But if you look up and you see like a bunch of reddish orange stars, it's not stars. It's a fleet of UFOs just sitting there.
Can I just say something for 2 minutes?
Yeah, go ahead, James.
So thank you for that information, Zara. And what it does is make me feel more like we all have our own sources of contact and our own ways.
Hey, James, can you talk more into your mic? You're like kind of low. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
Uh-oh. He's got to readjust. Now, there you are.
Okay. What Zilla just like what he's describing, I think, is the way they communicate to us that's personal for everyone. But in Zilla, there was a recent projection of mine where I was awake in this dream, and I started swinging. I started calling out. I could feel something that shifted. I was looking up at the sky and seeing stars. It was dark. It was night, and I felt something shifted. And I started calling to the sky like a new bird hatchling, and all the elements in the earth around me started calling up to the sky too. And all of a sudden, the constellations appeared to come down like invisible Wonder Woman crafts, like where points of light were the ships, and the constellations came down as ships. One was pink light and one was white light. So do you kind of feel what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, definitely. So the past, I mean, my contact's been super heavy. the past few days, and I've been hearing this noise in the wood, and I know in the woods. I know it's one of them. I've never heard it. It's like a robotic crow. But that's the best way I
Huh.
could describe it. And I'm a nature guy, and I believe that it's one of them that wants to make contact. But they're my a person I live with that lives at my house. They're definitely not ready to experience this. So
Yeah.
they're kind of like laying back in the cut, and like I communicate telepathically. Um, I have video of the government laying down chemtrails, and then these things just going through and scrubbing the air and sucking all that stuff
Yep.
up.
Yep.
And
Yep. Yep.
so I mean, I feel awesome having this over my house. These things are here to help us. They love us. They're benevolent. I mean, I fear nothing. Like it's such an awesome feeling having this happen
Yeah.
and having
It
this
is.
contact. And like it's a Pleiadian fleet. They're always here, whether I see them or not. I can feel them. I know when somebody wants to talk telepathically because my forehead starts tingling and I get like a warm, fuzzy tingling. So,
Yeah.
my family almost committed me, and when all this started happening to me, and I basically had to tell my girlfriend, I said, all right, I pulled her outside and I was like, listen, you can commit me but you have to sit here for 5 minutes and just let me talk, and I'll prove to you that I'm not crazy. I had like a fleet of like 50 UFOs. They just like the red stars just sitting there.
Yeah.
And they're all in
Yeah.
like triangle and square formations.
That's right.
And
That's right.
I audibly said, hey guys, my girlfriend thinks I'm crazy. She's going to have me put in the mental hospital along with my mother. Will you please show her I'm not crazy? So these
Right.
triangle and square formations of UFOs started spinning in a circle in unison and shooting across the sky. Like left,
Did they
right,
see him?
Oh yeah, my girlfriend did. And then we had music playing, and they started pulsing to the beat of the music, and the ether around them was like doing sacred geometry. And
Wow.
I was like, "You believe me now?" And she was like, She was scared. She's like, "I can't. What's going on?"
Yeah.
So
Right.
like,
What's
I
going
was like,
on?
Yeah, I was like, "You have nothing to fear. They're here to help us." I was like, "I'm
That's
not
right.
crazy." Like,
So
and
now
it's
see.
hard. This channel's really helped me because everything I was going through, like I felt very alone, and
Yeah. Not
because of
alone anymore, my
everything,
friend.
yeah, right, everything I went through with all the phones and stuff, it was just um, unreal. And now that I have people working with me on that, I plan on I'm going to be getting the cool pics, and I have a desktop now that doesn't have Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, so they can't just crack in my stuff, so
Yeah.
they can't corrupt my
Gotcha.
data. So
Well,
I'm
I
not.
want to slowly read. I got to slowly read down because I have to go, and I actually work in a 3D job, but I have all my crystals there, and I am who I am, and people know. I have some people there know about my stories, and they're really interested in it. But I want to have you folks back on tonight. I'll be on, my regular late night at 11 o'clock. So you're all welcome to come back on. Of course you are. And I want to thank James, Zilla, Medell,
Thank you.
everybody,
Thank
Uh,
you.
everybody. James,
Commander,
I want to thank everybody in the levels of light that are helping us move forward with everything we're doing. You're all part of a much bigger picture, and I think you know that.
Zilla, I want to just confirm to you that this week has been crazy active, not just for you, but like since last Saturday, the 23rd.
Yeah.
I had a procedure with them done physically that I felt even my hair moving. They did something here on the side of my head and here. And all so the thing is how it works. I draw a boundary that we communicate outside because I have kids and they are also very sensitive to stuff. So like I told them, like, we meet outside and they respect that.
Yeah,
So
they've never been intrusive to me, and it's always
no.
they've taught me a lot of things like how to communicate telepathically, and it's always respectful communication, and they're non-intrusive. I've had
So
intrusive beings approach me, but since these guys have been around, none of that's happened.
Yeah.
yeah. So who was here on Saturday, the 23rd, was actually the insectoids. That's the insectoids are the ones that do the updates on my vessel.
Yep.
Uh, and yeah, I don't know why specifically, but those are those. And then right after, like you said, when I go into meditative state, something clicks inside of my head that I start seeing the ether, like air is so thick. It's kind of like many webs intercalating each other, and there is like the end of the fiber optics little, the ends of those,
Yeah.
like, so there's a bunch of them running through those strings of the nets. So that's how I see the air. And then after that happens, I see the contours of them, and everything around me starts like clacking, like it's
Yeah.
the wood on the stairs, and then I know they are here,
Mm.
literally. And then I start seeing the shapes and forms of them, and there is a calming thing that only insectoids do. I don't know what is that you just, it's kind of like a high, but not really. And then I knew that they were to do some updates, and then they start doing something here, and then some pressure very big I had here, and then I came inside, and then before I came inside, when they finish, they let me know
Mhm.
they finish, and they show their craft going somewhere. I don't know. I don't know if it's confirmation of, hey, you're not delusional, we're actually here. And I actually posted, it's dated, the video on my page, the 23rd. It's a
Mm.
tic-tac one, and then it goes around my property, and then at certain point they even go up on an angle and they follow, like, and that was the whole day, the whole week as well. On Monday, I think I had them trying and testing the things they did to my brain, because there were like scouts in here trying, like, on my backyard, just when they have something that they camouflage.
Yeah. The cloaking. Yeah, I've
Yes.
seen them in my trees, like cloaking out, and I've had a lot of contact with insectoids myself, and so when I learned how to speak telepathically, I was kind of freaked out because they had like a fiber optic coil like coming out of their head, and then they're talking to me, and they taught me how to connect to people's frequency, so I can throat sing, and I play the didgeridoo. So like if they're putting that out there, I can connect to it by changing my frequency, and by throat singing and stuff, and it's actually really awesome. Like they taught me how to do this and stuff, and like that's it. It's awesome. Like my
Well,
intuition is insane. I've remote
so
viewed
Yeah.
things. Like
we're
I've
gonna we're
had
gonna
crazy
we're
stuff
gonna hold
happen.
off. We're gonna hold off on this because it's getting deep, and why don't we save this for tonight when we have more time to really get into it. So we'll do that, and I promise you we'll do that. So tonight, 11 p.m.,
Sounds
we'll be
good.
on with a more expansive period of encounters. Everyone share, let people know about our show. If you're new here, thanks to everyone for being here. I'm
You
Commander
can
Leon,
see
your
my
host.
blue aura off my face.
That's right. There you go. Medell, thanks everybody. Take care. Everybody in the audience, take care. Have a great day. Be
You
well
too.
and keep your eyes to the skies.
Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome, everybody.
Thank you,
I'm
everybody. Good to
trying to
see you
just
guys. Thanks, Commander.